Red Stars. I've explained it in the past about what we did in Baltimore and Cleveland when I was there with red star and a black dot, right? Each scout gets one of each. You get to go up to the board where you have all the magnets of all the players, and they give you one red star. Really, it was just one for the whole board, and you could do it. But we're going to break this down and do it for each position. But what the red star says is, now I'm not saying this guy is the best player at his position. I'm not saying he's the best player in the draft. I'm not saying he's a top 3-round pick. What I am saying is I like him. I'd like him to be on our football team at some point in time during the draft. I believe in him. It's my way of saying I'm putting my name on this player with the red star. Now, conversely, the black dot is you're saying no matter what, I don't care how good this guy is, I don't want him in here. We'll leave the black dot alone. We're going to be positive here on Moving Sticks.
All positive.
I thought we do is over these next course of videos here is that we go position by position and just say who we'd put our red star on. Again, not saying he's the best guy, but just saying somebody that we would want on our football team. And let's start at the quarterback position. The floor is yours.
The floor is mine. I'm going to put a red star. And this is tough because at the quarterback position, there are a lot of guys that I like. But in terms of finding a guy that I believe is going to find a way to make it and have success, I'm going to go out on a limb because this guy's character has been tarnished. He's been talked about. He's one of the more polarizing prospects in the draft. Connor Cook from Michigan State is going to be the guy that I put the red star on. I'm going to stamp my name on it. And the reason I'm really willing to endorse Connor Cook, look, the guy has a ton of wins at a university that has produced starting quarterbacks and quarterbacks that have played for a long time in our league. Kirk Cousins supplants Robert Griffin III. Brian Hoyer, regardless of what you think, he's played for a long time in the league. Drew Stanton is playing in the league. Connor Cook has more wins than any of those guys doing his collegiate career. He played in a pro-style offense. It's easy to see his ability translate to the Sunday game, even though there's some things that I don't like some of the accuracy issues, questions about some of the leadership stuff. I just don't believe that you can win that many games and not have the stuff, the secret sauce to allow you to have success as a pro.
Buck, they did.
How about that? I sold that.
They didn't do you a lot of favors with the tape they cut up for you, man.
No, that's okay.
They a couple nice touch throws, but
that's who he is, though.
Yeah, the range of motion, though. I'm not seeing that.
Well, I think he's still
coming off that. I can see that.
Shoulder,
I just didn't see the full range of motion you want to see on a motion right there. But no, he is a very polarizing player. I like Connor Cook. I have him as my fourth quarterback in this draft class. I think he's more of a middle late second for me.
That's funny. I gave him, when I first looked at him at the end of the fall, I gave him a 7.1, which right at the bottom is right on the line of the first round. And I likened him to Carson Palmer because I remember going to USC multiple times during Carson Palmer's senior year, and he was a little up and down until he got hot and rolled to the Heisman Trophy. I believe that with coaching and with development, Connor Cook could be that kind of quarterback in the league.
That throw we just saw 2 throws ago against Stanford, to me it looked like he had a little more elasticity in his motion right there than he did in the combine. I'm going to go my red star, a guy that I've talked about before, Brandon Allen from Arkansas, the quarterback. Now I know he's a little bit undersized. We've been through the deal with his hand size. He doesn't have.
He stretched him out.
He did get a little bit bigger, got some massage, and they're better now. But I just think somebody, when I watch him, you want to watch him against Ole Miss and Mississippi State, he shreds both those teams.
Yes.
And you see him hang in the pocket. You see him move around inside the pocket. You see him deliver the ball with anticipation, timing, and touch, which we've talked about a little bit earlier as being key at that position. And I like the fact that, man, this guy struggled early on in his career. They were like, doing crap to his car there in Fayetteville. Didn't transfer, stuck it out, ended up finding a way to win a lot of football games for this team. So that shows me he's got some mental toughness to go along with that physical toughness. And then the game at the Senior Bowl, the week of practice was okay, but then you get to the game and he played really, really well in that game. So I like him. I don't know when he's going to go. I could see him being a third, fourth round pick. Maybe he goes later than that. He's somebody I want on my football team. I think he's going to be a great 2. That in the right situation and opportunity could develop and be a starter eventually.
It's funny because it's a different university, but I will say this. Brett Bielema has sent multiple quarterbacks to the league when he was at Wisconsin. Now, Arkansas, this would be his first foray in terms of producing a guy. Those guys understood the big picture. They understand how to manage the game in terms of situational football, and they find a way to get it done. I think about Jim Sorgi and some of the other guys, Scott Tolzien, that have been able to kind of carve out a little niche in the league as backups. Brandon Allen certainly can do it. You talk about the teams that he diced up. Ole Miss. I saw that Mississippi State game where he and Dak Prescott engaged in a shootout. I could absolutely see him have success. I'm concerned about the size and the hand size in particular, but when you look at the tape and you look at the production, it matches, and it's not artificial. It's not enhanced by a bunch of bubble screens and the like. He's making big boy throws, and so he certainly could be a guy that finds a way to make it in the league.
Can I make my call here? Rack this tape here, producer TD. We need to save this because if the 1 in a million chance this really happens, I want to just make me look smart.
Yep.
Fourth round. Who picks him?
Who?
The Dallas Cowboys. Jerry Jones, the Arkansas man,
Arkansas
goes and gets his
alum.
Arkansas quarterback, and now when Tony Romo has to miss
If
some
they
time,
did- if they-
he's going to be a heck of a lot better than what they played with last year with Romo out. I
they
can promise
can't,
you that.
They can't play with Kellen Moore anymore. They need to have a guy. I can't see that. We all favor our universities, and he's an alum of Arkansas. I can see him having a bit of cachet with that.